In a remote canyon in Patagonia, there is a cave wall covered in hands, hundreds of them. This is the Cueva de las Manos, and for decades we believed these silhouettes were a snapshot from 9,000 years ago. But closer analysis reveals something strange. The paint layers overlap, telling a story not of a single event, but of generations returning to the same spot, placing their hands over the echoes of their ancestors for thousands of years. This wasn't just art, it was a conversation across time. To create even one of these images requires a cognitive toolkit we take for granted. First, you need self-awareness, the understanding that this hand is my hand. Then you need symbolic thought, the profound leap of knowing the painted image is not the hand itself, but a representation of it. You also need foresight, the ability to gather materials, mix pigments like iron oxides, and fashion a blowpipe from bone. This is not simple decoration. It's a complex, planned, multi-step process that reveals a thoroughly modern mind at work. Where does this ability come from? Neuroarchaeology points to our parietal lobes, the part of the brain that processes spatial awareness. It's the brain's GPS, constantly building a map of the world around you. Think about the layout of your home right now. You aren't seeing it, but you are navigating a mental model of it. The act of placing a hand on a flat surface and creating a 2D symbol is an act of cognitive mapping. It uses the same neural pathways that allow you to plan a route or remember where you left your keys. Art and navigation may be two sides of the same coin. For a long time, the story was that this kind of thinking exploded suddenly in the Upper Paleolithic Revolution around 40,000 years ago in Europe. This was considered the dawn of culture, creativity, and us. But that story is falling apart. In South Africa's Blombos Cave, archaeologists found this piece of ochre etched with a crosshatch pattern. It's 73,000 years old. And in Spain, calcite formations over red painted lines were dated to 65,000 years ago, a time when only Neanderthals lived in the region. This wasn't a revolution. It was a slow, simmering dawn. These markings, from simple lines to complex animal figures, represent more than just pictures. They are the first evidence of the human mind being externalized. Before writing, this was the only way to store a complex idea outside of a single brain. A painting of a hunt isn't just a painting. It's a memory, a plan, a story that can be shared and understood without its originator being present. It's the beginning of collective memory. This is humanity learning to think outside of its own head. The cave wall becomes a shared hard drive for the tribe's consciousness. So when we look back at those hands in Patagonia, we see more than ancient graffiti. We are witnessing a fundamental shift in what it means to be. The act of saying, "I was here," with paint requires a prior understanding of I and here. It's a timestamp, a declaration of existence made by a mind that can conceive of its own place in time and space. The question then isn't just when we started making art, it's when we first realized we were a self that could leave a mark on the world. Monotony has grown fast. Nearly 2,700 people have watched in the last few weeks, yet less than 0.03% are subscribed. It would mean a lot if you joined by hitting subscribe. And again, thanks for watching.